You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Ray Donovan After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Ray Donovan After Show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Bing is for doing, and we're here doing the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for Showtime's Ray Donovan. Today, we're going to be recapping episode 10 of season 1, titled Fite Nite. As always, I'm Kennelia, joined by two fab hosts. Guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Anna Koppel.
And I'm Sean O.
Like I said, we're going to recap this episode. It was crazy. What did you guys think of this episode?
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was really intense.
I just got blown away just as much as Sean Walker did.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm dumb.
This has me fired up for the finale, though. Like, this is a good lead into the next episode and then the final one, which is 2 episodes away. And today we saw a little bit more about Sully. Like, pretty much the whole episode revolved around him, but we really got to see him in action, and it was time for him to do what he was sent to LA to do, which was off Mickey. Well, that's what he was supposed to be doing.
Right.
That's what he got paid to do.
Yeah, that's what he got paid to do. But, you know, like we'll get into it, but he didn't do that. So we start off, he was in the hotel room. We saw him and his whole crew. They flew his whole crew out to Los Angeles, or did he summon them?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because I was surprised to see that he had friends or a team of goons, if you will. And I don't think that was the deal. I think the deal was you come. Yeah, in fact, that was not the deal. The deal was Ray said you come alone because he was already upset that he was going to bring his girlfriend or his wife, whoever. But so yeah, that definitely was not the deal. So surprised to see that they were there. And where did they come from? And why does he need them?
I guess their faces are not as famous as Sully's is. It's not posted up everywhere on the top 10 wanted lists. So they were probably able to travel a little bit more freely. They probably flew across the country and, got in through the airports and everything, and it's no big deal. So we got that one guy, I don't even know his name, the Irish dude from Southie, the small old guy. Yeah. And then we got Tiny, the henchman who Ray beat up last time he went to Southie there, who was heavily panting when he was digging all the graves, right?
Right. So, but why does he need them? I don't understand, like, why he brought them out there. Because now, I assume, now you're going to have to share the money.
Yeah, and remember when they were in the hotel, Sully insinuated to Tiny that he was not going to let him come with him when he leaves. Because he was saying, yeah, I can come with you, and it'll be, it'll be good. And he was like, you're a walking billboard. Look at you. You can't come with me. So
you're so big.
Right. He's going to dig the graves and go back to Southie. Like, what is he? It was weird.
Yeah.
You're right. Why did he need them?
He needed somebody to dig graves and somebody to collect money.
I guess.
Why couldn't he collect the money himself? Why? Because Ray was going to bring it to him. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It was a poor move on his part.
Yeah. And, too many people. The whole time I was thinking, well, is he going to kill them now? Because he killed the lady, his girlfriend or his wife or whoever that lady was. Now he has these 2 guys there with him to do the job, but is he okay with just sending them back, once it's done, all said and done? We'll see. I'm sure nothing's going to happen to them, but we'll see. But that was weird. You're right. It was weird. So, like I said, his homies came from Southie. Throughout the episode, they were preparing, to get the job done. We saw early that they were digging graves. So, we kind of got the idea, like, okay, that Mickey was going to be either buried alive, shot and buried, something in this secluded area. But we finally saw what was going to happen. So Mickey went home and he finally slept with that lady. We'll get to it later. We'll get to that. Get to that later.
Yeah.
But Mickey was in the apartment. Broke into the apartment with his goons.
Yeah.
and takes the lady and Mickey hostage.
And I don't think, obviously Sully was not expecting Mickey to be with somebody, to have company over. And thankfully he did have Tiny there with him, because he was able to restrain her while, and then smack Mickey around and get him tied up.
Yeah. And I don't think Sully didn't seem surprised that she was there. Like, you know what I mean? He just seems like this cold-blooded guy. He was like, it seems like he was thinking, oh well, take her to, like, you know, it wasn't a big deal to him. It seemed like.
I could see Sully tailing Mickey all day and following him to go meet where they are at, you know, where they were having coffee, and probably follow him and her to the apartment and say, okay, let's give him a little bit of time. You know, I'm gonna kill him tonight. Here, let's give him one last romp in her garden.
Garden.
He is cold though, cold.
Yeah, seriously, I can't.
cold.
I kind of saw it coming. Like, judging by like last what was it, last episode or 2 episodes ago when, oh no, last episode, right, when he ended up killing his wife.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, he is a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
So when he let her go, I was like, yeah, right. Oh, go run to the car. Yeah, he's gonna blow her away. He just wants her to feel safe.
A part of me was hoping that he really did let her go, though. Like, when he took, you know, he cut the tape and he was like, go to the car. I was like, okay. Like, I was thinking in my mind, run, girl, run. Like, I wanted her to get away. He shot her right in the head.
Yeah.
Shot her in the back, no?
In the back, yeah, right, like in the back of the head.
We really didn't see where.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Either
But
way.
for sure, with her back turned.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so during that time, well, throughout the whole night, Mickey was trying to get on Sully's good side. Because in the car, he had the conversation. He was talking about his mother.
Right. Well, and in the car, I thought that was, you know, a turn in the story. He said, how'd you find me? And he said, I didn't. Ray found me. So.
Yeah, and Mickey looked so disappointed. Like, it just came over his face, like, just, oh, goodness. And it sucked because last week, he pretty much saved Ray from being put away in prison by Van Miller.
Right. Yeah. He definitely saved Ray, saved the whole family. But I think it was, you know, more than disappointment. It was like, wow, that's how much my son hates me. He hates me. And enough to hire somebody to kill me. And that's a bad feeling.
And not even hire somebody. Hire the person that you know hates me.
Right.
Like, it's, you know, it's not like it was just some hitman. This is Sully.
Right.
Ray went to find Sully and specifically had him there for Mickey. That's serious. Not Ray. I keep calling him Ray. Mickey looked, like you said, he was hurt. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell he was really hurt.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be helped because that was a chain of events that was set in motion. Both of them did stuff separately, and there was no way they could have known what was happening. And I really feel bad because the whole episode, last episode and this episode, we're really rooting for Mickey. I feel like I am. I don't want him to die anymore. And just seeing the turn of events happen, it's now drawing more of a division between Ray and Mickey ever getting together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so Sully has said to Mickey, yeah, Ray paid me, but I would have done it for free. And not because you put my whole family away, and not because this, and not because that, but because you were sleeping with Colleen.
And you killed her.
And you killed her.
Oh, right. You killed Colleen. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was so.
Yeah, maybe he did. Yeah, I don't think he said sleeping with, but because you killed Colleen, simply because he did that. And at first, I feel like as the audience and myself, I'm like, what the hell? Why does he care about
Yeah.
Colleen?
I was like, is that his daughter?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it ends up being that Sully was sleeping with her. That was his mistress, and he was gonna have like a place in Tallahassee, Florida, with her. He had it all planned out. His beautiful
How old
future.
was Colleen, though? Like, let's talk about how old was Colleen.
How slutty was Colleen? How many people was she sleeping with?
Sully had to be like in his 30s. What was Colleen? 16? Like, really? How old was Colleen? She
Oh
was.
man, we
That's
don't,
like,
we don't
you know,
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
he was
no
gonna
clue.
move away with his child. Well, we don't know if she was a child, but
Because Mickey was in prison for almost 20 years, right?
yeah.
So and Ray's probably what, in his 40s now?
Probably in his
right?
40s.
So she couldn't have been. She could have been late teens, maybe early 20s tops.
I don't know, but not appropriate at
Yeah.
all. But she's also sleeping with Sean Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, okay, so that's Mickey says you've got the wrong guy and I can prove it. And Sean, you made the observation, which is brilliant.
Thank you. That Mickey had the tapes. He killed Van Miller, And he probably took the tapes with him as evidence, and he's got it. He has Sean Walker's confession easily evidenced to Sully to be like, oh, okay, there he is admitting it. Let's go over to his house and blow his brains out. And not before they beat the hell out of him in front of his own child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
It was
And
so
later,
sad.
we saw
Cold.
Ray went to the hotel room, the motel where he thought they were, and the poor little baby was just sitting in the bed. That's what the really sad thing is. They didn't leave the baby at the scene. They took the baby, brought her to a whole new location, just to say to Ray, hey, Ray, didn't do what you told me to do. I killed Sean instead.
But I did take your money.
Yeah.
And was she eating a donut? What like,
She was
I didn't catch
eating
that.
adult novelties. She was eating snacks.
It's weird. It's
She was
weird.
eating like a glazed donut.
Yeah. Babies should not be eating donuts, so it's not.
No. Sully hasn't had his hands on a baby in a while, I'm sure, so he's not really up to par on parenthood.
Yeah.
Right.
So we saw Sully has the money. Sully has the money. He now kills Sean. Mickey is still alive. And Ezra now seems to want to take matters into a different direction. Because that was Ruth's foundation money. So, you know, it's not only personal for Ezra, but it's about business with him as well. So we'll see what happens with that because, you know, Ray now, he's in a tight spot. He's in a really tight spot.
Well, yeah, and he must be furious with Ray. And I know that he loves Ray like a son, but I mean, this was like a major, major screw up. Major. It could
was.
not have gone any worse.
And now Ezra is also guilty of embezzling money. So it's another thing that could be added onto his rap sheet by the FBI if they want to. Like, how much money did he... I forgot exactly how much he said he was going to pay. But, you know, just taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from someone's nonprofit organization, that's kind of bad, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So before we get into the next topic, guys, we just want to say thank you for always supporting us on iTunes. You guys been doing a wonderful job. Keep subscribing to the AfterBuzz page on iTunes. Rate, give us 5 stars, comment, leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think of the after show. If you have any theories, what do you guys think about the finale? What do you predict? Just let us know. We're always on there and we're always checking in. We just thank you so much. Again, 5 stars. Click on us. Make sure you keep supporting us. There are other shows on AfterBuzz as well that you guys may be interested in. We have a new line of fall shows coming up. You can catch all of us, in the fall on other shows. So keep supporting us. Just follow us wherever we go and AfterBuzz, and just keep supporting.
Woohoo.
Woohoo! Also, Cereal Buddies. Sean, can you talk about Cereal
Yeah,
Buddies?
that's right. While they're on the iTunes store, they can actually go to go to the iTunes store, type into the search bar Cereal Buddies. You will come up with The Adventures of Cereal Buddies, which is an awesome, funny independent film written and directed by Kevin Undergaro. It's got Maria Menounos starring in it, Christopher Lloyd, Christopher McDonald, Artie Lang, Kathy Lee Gifford, a bunch of other cameos from other stars, and it's seriously Dumb and Dumber mixed together with Dexter, which it results in like one of the funniest independent films of the year. So seriously, download it for $4.99, check it out, and it helps us keep the lights on here at AfterBuzz TV, and we need your guys' help to do this.
So Bunchy had a tough time this episode.
I
But
felt so sad for him this whole
This was
episode.
a really low time for him.
Yeah.
So building up to this episode, before we saw a couple episodes back when he was at the church sitting on the steps. He was like looking at the priest and the little boy, and we weren't really sure what was going on. We were just thinking maybe he just remembers something from the past. Maybe it's just being around in that church setting that's setting Bunchy back and putting him back in this low space. But early in the episode today, we saw Bunchy thinks he recognizes the priest.
And he rolled up on that church in his bike.
He did. He caught him coming out of church with another boy, and he stops him, and he said, "Hey, I know this is you. It's Father Danny." Father Danny claims that it's not him. What do you guys think? Is this Father Danny?
I don't even think it's the same priest. And what are the chances that he would have moved to LA, first of all? And second, the guy didn't even say his name. He's like, "Oh no, I think you have me confused." But he didn't, I don't think we know each other. But he didn't exactly say what his name was either, so we really don't know.
I don't know. He looked pretty guilty to me, and the little boy in the car looked like, he had the bad touch.
Mm-hmm.
He just looked like he had those kind of dead eyes
He
and
did.
wanted to be not there.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Father Danny.
I think so.
Yeah.
If it's not Father Danny, it's, somebody else who's molesting boys.
That is so funny though, because I don't feel like it's Father Danny. Was it O'Connor? You're right.
Yeah.
O'Connor. I don't feel like it's him. It's age can dramatically change the way somebody looks, but I actually felt like this priest was Latino as opposed to Father O'Connor, who's supposed to be Irish, right?
But O'Connor is the one that Mickey killed, who's the wrong one.
But yeah, but it was supposed to be his brother.
His brother.
Oh, okay.
So he would also be an O'Connor.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe. Hopefully we'll find that out. So that set Bunchy in a mood the whole time. From that point on, he was, in a low place. Understandably, he thought he saw the priest that molested him. And it's obviously been on his mind because the last time he was at that church was weeks ago.
Right.
And Mickey was making, he brought it up to Mickey.
He was so mean to him.
He was mean. I think that was the only time where I was like, oh, come on, Mickey, you could be a little bit more supportive. But at the same time, he does have a point because Bunchy's like seeing stuff. Like he is traumatized. Yeah, he's messed up mentally. But he needs someone to tell him, dude, you are not seeing that person. Like, how do you really know? Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? You're just singling out this one priest. Did you do any kind of investigation or like questioning?
But that's not what he said. He said, how many years are you going to feel sorry for yourself? Stop being a crybaby. Be a man. Deal with it.
Yeah. So that
It's not exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Bunchy definitely needs to be in therapy. I know that he's gone to like the group therapy, but I think he definitely needs some one-on-one. And yes, he's stuck. He's definitely stuck. And in a lot of ways, he seems like a child.
Yes, he's very childlike.
And because he's stuck there, so he needs some help getting out of it.
He doesn't have a job. He can't do his daily tasks on his own. All he does is do drugs and drink. And he's an addict and he's an alcoholic. So he just doesn't think straight all the time, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from Mickey's perspective, that was a very old school granddad response. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's just granddad. Granddad always says something that's totally ridiculous. Mickey's known for doing that. So from his perspective, Mickey, he really believed that. Like, just get over it. Like, just man up, get over it. It happened. Move on. Oh, well.
When he actually said that, I felt like Bunchy was going to do something. It looked like Bunchy was going to do something drastic, it looked like he was going to commit suicide by jumping off that building. But thankfully in the teasers we get to see he's going to be alive next time.
Yeah.
However, I felt like he perhaps wanted to do something else, like, hey, I'm gonna find that priest and I'm gonna show him who's boss, or I'm gonna beat him up or
That's
kill
what I
him.
thought.
Yeah, I thought he would do that after Mickey told him that kind of stuff in the hallway.
Yeah, that's what I totally thought. That I was like, oh, here we go. Bunchy's gonna kill Father Danny or the lookalike or whoever this guy is. So throughout, again, Bunchy was dealing with this. We saw him at Fite Nite. He was just having a time. He was drinking. He was just in a foul mood. He had a interesting conversation with Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was talking to him. He was really emotional. And he told Connor, he said, I wrote it down. He was crying and he told Connor to be as tough as his dad because Ray was always really tough. And he said, don't let anyone take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And he was like crying, and poor Connor, like he probably knows what happened to Bunchy, I'm sure, because Bridget knows.
Yeah, they in the first episode.
Yeah.
Said, yeah.
But you're here with your family. You never get to spend time with them. They never bring Connor and Bridget around. And then here we are at Fite Nite. He meets a brother that he doesn't even know, like he doesn't know anything about. And then now you're having a conversation with your uncle who's, breaking down. This just was a tough night. Like it was just really all around, just it's emotional.
Imagine how confusing it is for Connor in that situation. It's like, dude, Uncle Bunchy, you're super drunk. What are you saying? What are you doing? Why are you saying these things to me? Like it's even more, it's traumatic for his young brain, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, fast forward the end of the episode, we see Bunchy seems to be at his breaking point. It was very reminiscent of the flashbacks we get with Bridget.
Oh, I didn't even make that connection. But
Ray's sister, Bridget. He was on the roof with the bottle. And the whole time I was, we were all like, no, Bunchy, don't jump. Because it seemed like that was it.
And it could have been, even if he decided not to jump, like he's so drunk, he could have just stumbled and fallen. It was making me very anxious.
Yeah.
For half a second, I actually thought it was Ray up there on the building, because it seems like Ray's in a really crappy situation too, where he's like pushed into the situation where like, okay, Mickey's like probably not getting killed and the money's taken and now the FBI is going to be on me, whatever. All this stuff is just, and my wife, she keeps bothering me, maybe he's getting stressed out. And we know like when he drinks, Ray gets pretty crazy sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, we saw the previews. Bunchy's still alive. Because for a second I was like, come on, like we can't, like really, we can't. That's too much.
Too much. We don't want to lose Bunchy.
Yeah. So let's back it up a little bit. Mickey has his coffee date finally with that lady, the hot chick a hot older chick he met at the spa.
What is wrong with this woman?
She can't find anybody else.
I mean, honestly, like in that, I feel like I bring these situations onto myself. Well, you do, and guess what? You got shot for it. Like, good for you. But can you imagine somebody speaking to you that way, treating you like garbage, pulling a gun on you?
And she still came back.
And then calling him later
Yeah.
and asking him to meet you for coffee? I mean, what's wrong with you?
For closure. Like she was like, I really needed closure on this.
Closure,
I think
bet.
did she say something like she went to her therapist and her therapist had to get closure? Is that
I
why?
hope not.
That's probably not the way. I'm sure that's not what the therapist meant.
So she the whole time she was talking about these issues that she had, like you said, she was like, I feel like I bring these issues into my life, and they ended up sleeping together. The whole time before that, Mickey was talking about how he's not sure that he's attracted to her, and then even after they got done, he was like, I'm surprised I was able to sleep with you. Like, come on, Mickey.
While she's like buttoning her shirt and he's still naked, and he was, I'm surprised I can get it up. You're really not my type. What a jerk.
He's that old granddad.
And he was still even like, oh, hey, why are you going? Can't you stay for a little bit? Let's cuddle. Let's talk.
No, he said give him 20 minutes and he can give her some more closure.
That too.
Yes.
It's like, stay a little longer and I can wait. It was ridiculous. So she, that was when we saw Sully was in the apartment. She was just the innocent bystander. And like you said, now she's dead.
I guess she does invite those issues into her life.
Yeah.
And she was saying, oh, well, like, fast forward a little bit. Oh, my ex-husband's rich. He'll pay you anything. And Sully goes, oh, $100,000? And she's like, yeah, anything. That's all he's asking for? Well,
Yeah.
I guess he didn't care.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Ridiculous.
poor thing now, she's dead. Mickey's not even dead. If they would have waited a little longer, they both could have still been alive. But she basically died for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, and how awful was it that Mickey was like, oh, I hardly knew her. I just slept with her tonight. Don't bury me in the same hole with her.
Like, come on, Mickey.
He was just killing time.
Yeah.
Or trying to buy time, rather.
He
The
was.
opposite, yeah.
That's right. He was delaying.
Yeah. So the entire night while Mickey was there, he was supposed to be at Fite Nite with Daryl, prepping Daryl in Daryl's corner. And he was really, affected by Mickey not being there.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fight.
Yeah, he wouldn't fight. And Ray, I guess trying to make everyone, remember the old times where Mickey wasn't around. Seemed like he was like planting the seed to Daryl, basically saying, Mickey's not going to be here. And he's never going to be here. And he's trash and just forget about him. But Daryl, he never really dealt with that side of Mickey.
Right.
But we heard how Daryl ended up meeting Mickey earlier in the episode. He got on a bus when he was 15, went to Boston, came
All the way across the country.
all the way across the country alone, and went to Mickey and said, hey, I'm your son. So, they have that bond. And that was a good moment. I think we all were like, oh, okay,
Well, that could not have happened, though, because in order to visit an inmate in prison, they have to be on your visitor list.
True.
So he would have to have known about it before. But that's fine. I mean, he still got on a bus. Just they would have had to have corresponded first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of corresponding, Little Miss Abby, I feel like the fact that she has been corresponding with Mickey all of this time, sending pictures, she's like telling Ray, she's like, I know him, I've been writing him for years, I've been sending pictures of the family. I feel like that's grounds for dismissal. Like,
Yeah.
what a betrayal.
Yeah.
To know how much he hates his father and just how horrible their relationship is and how much he doesn't trust Mickey. Total betrayal in the marriage. Whose side are you on? He said that. He's like, why do you always take his side?
Yeah. And I'm glad he said that. He said, why don't you trust me? I'm your husband. I'm glad he finally asked her, why don't you trust me?
Yeah.
And she gets mad at him for hiding stuff. She's been hiding stuff for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been keeping in touch, giving him money. Like, this is ridiculous. She asked him to come to LA. The whole time we were like, why is Mickey in LA? Like, what is the deal?
Yeah.
Abby asked him to come.
And this whole time we thought he just wanted to make everybody's lives hell. No, he came here because of Abby.
So, well, again, that's going to change things in the relationship. Abby was pissed, and I mean, I get why she was pissed in the sense that she thought Ray had Mickey killed. Like, that's a little drastic. I see you're like, dang, Ray, you don't know your husband has that in you, because obviously it seems like this whole time she's been kind of blind to what he really does. She knows he fixes things, but I personally don't think that she really knows what he does.
But she put everything together this night at Fite Night. She was like, hey, the bag's here, Ezra's here, there's probably tons of money in that bag. Who's this Irish guy from Southie? He's probably collecting the money. And then we, like, what's happening? Where's Mickey? She put everything together well enough to question Ray and make him spill everything. Well, not everything, but some of the stuff to her to make her not like him.
Yeah.
And Ray did have a breakdown and cried. Sorry, I'm so effing sorry.
Yep.
Now, why is he sorry in that moment?
It seems, I don't know. Like, maybe. I mean, I get that he thinks Mickey's a bad guy, but it's still his dad.
Yeah.
And maybe he's sorry that it had to come to that point, maybe? I don't know. But to me, that moment when he broke down and kind of admitted to Abby what he did, at that moment, I wanted her to finally think in her mind, maybe Mickey isn't as good as I think he is because my husband is really trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be a real dirty dog for your husband to want to kill his father. Like, that's real low. But to me, it seemed like she was still like, Mickey's a great guy. You don't know him.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't know him. He grew up with him. You've been writing to him in prison.
It's a very
Can
controlled.
you imagine those letters? Like, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that they were probably very censored compared to how Mickey is in real life. You can't convey everything about his persona in letters. Well, maybe he's a little bit vulgar in the letters. Who knows? Maybe he censored himself. And once he got out, that's where we really got to see. That's where she really got to see. But she's still blind to it.
Yeah. So, Mickey finally, after the issue with Sully, he shows up. Did you guys cringe when he walked into the boxing studio? I was just like, ugh. Like, I was just like scared. I was really scared.
When Mickey?
When Mickey showed up, after he was supposed to have been killed.
I was surprised by the restraint that Mickey showed. Because he knows his son paid Sully money to kill him. And he walks in there, and he's just like, oh, hey, here I am. I'm here to, be with my other son and have him fight. And, I was supposed to be dead, but hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't, try to knock Ray down or something. Side thing, I'm actually also surprised that all of the audience didn't leave, because it seemed like that Sean Walker thing was such big news that everybody would just be like, oh man, I want to talk about this more, let's go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely, paused things for a minute, but,
But they resumed the fight.
yeah, they resumed the fight.
I thought it was so sweet that Daryl ran up to him, hugged him. He was like, "Daddy."
Yeah, that was a good moment.
I knew you'd be
cute.
here.
Yeah.
So cute.
That was a good moment. And Mickey really seemed like he was grateful for his life at that point. Like, throughout this whole time, it seemed Mickey, he just does him, and he's just crazy, and, he gets high and drinks. But he really seemed like he was happy to be alive.
Yeah.
Another thing to look out for, though, Mickey told Ray, Sully knows who covered up Colleen's murder, so you need to watch your back. Ezra is involved. Ray is involved.
Avi might be involved too.
Avi.
Lee Drexler, the lawyer.
Mm-hmm. And Lee was calling Ray's phone throughout the whole boxing.
Like 50 missed
boxing
calls.
match.
So, this is a problem because now Sully is going to be after them and the FBI. So, yeah, this is a mess. Ray made a mess.
Yeah.
Should have just handled it himself.
I don't feel so bad for Mickey anymore. Yeah. Well, actually, rather, sorry, I don't feel bad for Ray anymore. I feel bad for Mickey, everything that Mickey's gone through, because they really framed him. And he, as vulgar as he is sometimes, I think Mickey is, he seems like a good guy right now for the past couple episodes, but maybe there's something that they're not telling us. There's something that hasn't been revealed yet that makes him a little bit more dirtied. And that's why Ray is really trying to protect his family.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, I feel bad for Ray because he's in such a bad position right now. But I also feel like Ray's kind of an ass for trying to kill his father too at the same time.
There has to be something bigger because Ray seems like he's a reasonable person. And reasonable people don't frame their fathers for no reason, just because like their boss says so. There had to be something that happened that was so horrible that he's willing to frame him for murder.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I feel bad for Mickey to the sense of, like, dang, you got your butt kicked. Like, it's just simple stuff, but there has to be a reason why you want your dad killed and you frame. Like you said, there has to be something. It's just not you wake up one day and you're like, man, he really gets on my nerves, and then you frame him. It has to be something drastic. Maybe it's something with Bridget.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully we'll see it. Maybe they'll keep that under wraps until like season 2. But this episode, this was like really emotional. Like it was really big. So now Ray gets a call at the very end from Ezra. Ezra wants him to handle it.
He should have done it himself.
I agree. I think he should have done it himself. But I mean, as a fixer at something that serious, do you really want to be responsible for killing your own dad? And you know what I mean? Like, it's still murder. Ray does dirty stuff, but murder?
Yeah.
He kills people. I'm pretty sure he's done it.
Really? Oh.
I don't know. But he didn't do it, and now this is a wreck.
Yeah. So, on a lighter note, Daryl actually won the fight.
I was surprised.
Go Black Irish!
I was like, oh, he's gonna get his ass kicked. Like, I was really like, because Avi beat him up in the alley.
Well, Ollie took him by surprise, though, too.
Yeah.
True, he did.
And he even brought that up with Ray, too. He was like, why'd you have me get beat up then, huh? But this time it's in the ring, and he's been training.
Yeah. So he wins the fight. We saw the kids enjoying themselves. Bridget had a feminist moment, so we kind of see where her mind is. Abby stood up, whistled at the hot chick, the card chick, and then Bridget was like, "Mom, that's so degrading to women." Like, what?
You're enabling the audience.
Yeah.
And so that was a nice family moment. And this episode, like we said, it ended with you wanting more. We'll see what happens next week. Let's get into some news and gossip. You guys have anything?
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yeah, I got a couple tweets. I retweeted a bunch of stuff that I found regarding Ray Donovan. Let's see, at show_Ray Donovan, hashtag Ray Donovan fans, at @I_am_Pooch_Hall will be live tweeting tonight's new episode, East Coast feed. Follow him to follow along. So he was tweeting the whole time, and that's pretty good. Eddie Marzin, at Eddie Marzin, he tweeted out, young actors I'm working with, we're debating whether there was real snot dripping from my nose in Gangster Number 1 or Egg Yolk. Real snot. Respect. Which kind of reminds me of Ali G in that house and stuff. He must be alluding to that because he's a British bloke himself. Let's see. He actually attended the Venice Film Festival recently too, and he tweeted, "First time at Venice Film Festival with hashtag still life. 10-minute standing ovation for the film. Very proud for everyone who worked on it. So I guess he was in that film Still Life, which sounds like it's an interesting film. If it got a standing ovation from the Venice Film Festival, it makes me want to see it too. Also, we had Karis Dorsey, at Karis Dorsey. She tweeted, "I am in a glass case of emotion."
Oh, wow.
She must be a big-time Anchorman fan. And that film is coming out in, the next couple of months?
Yeah, I think so.
And she must be a big fan, because she even has a screenshot from, like, the Anchorman trailer on her background for her Twitter account.
Oh, wow.
And
Or maybe she's in it.
Oh, maybe she is. Maybe that's why she keeps promoting it. Who knows? But she also tweeted, "Who wants to preview at Justin Dorsey," which is her sister, "at Justin Dorsey's new EP tonight? Had the privilege of listening, and oh man, so good." So her sister is she's a music artist. So if anybody wants to follow her sister, give her a follow and listen to her album. You guys can probably find it. There's a link on there. And I tweeted that out as well at my at Sean Austin O on my Twitter account.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right, let's get into some predictions, guys.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, guys, what do you think? 2 more episodes left.
I feel like at first I was thinking Sully might like flee the country, but now I actually want to change that and revise it and say, you know what? I think Sully's going to stick around because he knows the truth now. He's going to probably try to kill Ray. And this is just more problems that keep adding up. And not only that, but we've been discussing too that the FBI is probably going to be on Ray. Frank is going to be turncoat, and he's not going to be in Ray's pocket anymore. He's going to probably go after Ray too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have predictions. I apologize. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't think anything's gonna happen to Mickey. At this point, I'm starting to think he's invincible. Like this guy,
Yeah.
he's like
Teflon, man.
Yeah, he's like nothing's gonna happen. I hope by the end of this season to solve at least one of the problems. Ray kills Sully. He has to. He has to kill Sully. Or at least to send a message to Sully. He has to kill Tiny or that other little guy. Like, Ray has to show them that he's not playing anymore. Like, I sent you out here for a job. You didn't do the job. Now I'm going to kill you or your brother. Something has to happen. Somebody has to die. It's kind of messed up, but somebody needs to get murdered.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We'll see, guys. So, as always, this has been the Ray Donovan AfterBuzz TV After Show. You can find us on our social networking sites, and me at Kennelia on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Where can they find you guys?
You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR.
And you guys can follow me at Sean Austin O on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, guys. See you next time. Same place, same time.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.